Hey everyone, welcome to Coaster Camaraderie. About a week ago, Cedar Point Management announced the permanent closure of their Intamin impulse coaster, Wicked Twister. The final operating date of Wicked Twister will be on September 6, 2021. Wicked Twister opened on May 5, 2002, meaning this coaster will have only operated for 19 years. Wicked Twister is the only impulse coaster to feature two vertical twisting spikes in the United States, and also broke the record for the tallest and fastest impulse coaster at the time of its opening. Costing only $9 million, Wicked Twister stands 215 feet tall and reaches speeds of up to 72 miles per hour via a linear induction motor system, or LIMs. Wicked Twister sits on a very thin plot of land, meaning if it were to be replaced by a new coaster, it would have to be a very compact attraction. The park does have the option of relocating the nearby Ferris wheel to another area of the park, but my guess is that it will remain in its current location. There also is a plot of land near Wicked Twister that has been used for temporary purposes, so Cedar Point does have the option of using that land for part of the new coaster. However, my guess is that it will be used for queue space instead of part of the layout. With all of this in mind, if a coaster is to replace Wicked Twister, what will that coaster be? Personally, I think that Wicked Twister's plot of land will be filled with a compact launch coaster. And what's the first thing to come to enthusiasts' mind when you think of a thin, compact launch coaster? Yep, a Premier Ride Skyrocket 2. With the loss of Wicked Twister, Cedar Point no longer has a coaster that goes backwards, and a Skyrocket 2 would fit that gap, and it is a cheap way to do so. With an SR2, you also get a lot more elements with the ride. Yes, Cedar Point needs something with high capacity, and a Skyrocket 2 is not high capacity. To fix this, put a turntable in the station so while one train's on the course, another one is loading. I think a Skyrocket 2 would be a decent addition, but I think Cedar Point could do a lot better. Yes, I know, Intamin hasn't worked with Cedar Fair in forever, but neither had B&M and Six Flags, and now we're getting Cliffhanger. Anyways, imagine a ride like Sandy's Blasting Bronco in Wicked Twister's spot. Cedar Point can make it taller, faster, give it a unique layout, and theme it to a boardwalk. This is more likely than the SR2 because I think Cedar Point would invest in something more intense and thrilling than a cookie-cutter SR2, but it's still unlikely due to Cedar Fair's current status with Intamin. I won't spend too much time on this option, because this concept was released by Intamin just last year, but what better way to bring it to life than by giving one to Cedar Point? This would be bigger, faster, and taller than an SR2, and would provide a way different ride experience than anything at the park. The only reason that this is still highly unlikely is once again due to Intamin's relationship with Cedar Fair. This would be the first new Vekoma model in the US, and would be the perfect replacement for Wicked Twister. Yes, Formula Energylandia doesn't have a thin plot of land that it sits on, but Cedar Point can give it a custom layout filled with inversions and airtime. This would be the park's second Vekoma in its history, the only other being Woodstock Express. Is this likely? Well, not exactly. Cedar Fair hasn't worked with Vekoma in a very long time, but maybe since they started to work with Mack a few years ago, perhaps they'll try and start to branch out to other manufacturers like Vekoma. My final idea of what will replace Wicked Twister is an RMC Raptor. Cedar Point could easily fit a Jersey Devil style Raptor in that spot. Yes, Cedar Fair and RMC have a bit of a complicated relationship, but after the success of Steel Vengeance, Cedar Fair might give RMC a second chance with the Raptor at Cedar Point. As far as my final prediction goes, I have no idea what Cedar Point is going to do with this plot of land. It's way too early to give a solid prediction. These are just some ideas I came up with. Who knows, Cedar Point may not even put a coaster here. They may throw in a boardwalk themed area since Wicked Twister sits right on a beach. At this point, no one knows what's going to happen except the park executives. As details emerge in the coming months, we'll get a better idea of what's going to go on there. As far as the time frame goes, I don't see any replacement opening until maybe 2023 at the earliest. And that's going to wrap it up for this video. Depending on how well this one does, I might do a video on what's going to happen to Wicked Twister itself, whether it's going to be scrapped or relocated to another park. Until then, that's going to do it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.